Hello and welcome to another edition of UFO Video Addicts. Let me give you a preview of what I got coming up in this video. The first is a UFO taken in 2004 out of Italy. And then I have two, I think these videos are related because they're both from China, but they show supposedly of some strange anomaly over the White House. See, this here's the White House, and then this is a longer shot of it, and I think this is the same thing. I'm not positive though. Let's see. Also have this video of some UFOs flying by plane. This is a video from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. That the person that took it claims that this thing here is a Bigfoot. Also have this great video showing you some artifacts in Egypt which show that a lot of these stones were cut using machinery. And then this is a time lapse of Mount St. Helens growing. I thought this was incredibly interesting. I never imagined that a mountain could change that much in such a short amount of time. But yeah, we see, this is, after the eruption, and we see it reforming. And then last, I had this article here. China extraterrestrial race used the pyramid of Yang as a base. Yeah, I don't know if you're aware of this, but yeah, China has some of the largest pyramids on the planet, much bigger than the pyramid in Egypt. But anyways, let's check out this first video. This is from 2004. Let's go to the beginning. This is, just over a minute video. But what I find interesting is, a lot of, this is, look, I think that's a pretty clear shot. I mean, considering this thing is moving, and I'm not too sure if this person is using a tripod. I imagine he is, but yeah, look at that. Okay. Yeah, it's not the best in focus. I can acknowledge that, but this is pretty compelling footage, and I'm sure since 2004, there's numerous numbers of people that talk about, oh, there are no clear shots of UFOs, and, or, hey, with the number of phones people have and all the video, how come no one gets a clear shot of a UFO? Well, because maybe you hadn't seen one yet. Or and then there's other people who, it doesn't matter what you show them, right? They're going to try and figure out some way to discount it or disprove it. So yeah, I wouldn't even waste my time trying to debate people at this point who still refuse to believe. Let's see, this video here, I'm not too sure what is going on. It seems like this is taken, let me play this, off of a television, right? Like someone is standing in front of a TV screen or computer screen filming this. Right, so I'm not sure, if whatever this is actually happening at the White House, or if this is something that's happening on the screen. But again, like I said, this is a two-part actually video. You can see it's written in Chinese, and here's another one that I found. And I think this one is referencing the same thing. You can see there's something here. And the same thing, this person seems to be also videotaping using, because I can see their reflection here. I think this seems like their cell phone, and you can see that they're graduates from the Filmmaking School of Vertical Cinematography. You see here, now it's reforming again. I mean, it does seem similar, right? That does look like the same shape. right? You see how, this one over here connected to that, which did look similar to what this one, or is it what this one did, how it came together. Now watch. Yeah, see, so is that what, that you see that connecting right there? I think this one did the same thing, but just a different person filmed it. But again, like I said, it seems to me like these are both being filmed off of a television or computer or security camera or something. But links will be in the description. Let's see, this one. Now, watch this one. Okay, the first UFO goes by, and I believe the other UFOs that go by, I think someone highlighted them, which is why they're lit up, so to say. They have these circles around them. So watch this. Okay, see that? You see that one right there that just went by? Now watch. Now there's going to be two more. Yeah, see, now I believe that the white is just someone highlighting, what they do see moving. I don't think the white thing is the actual UFO. I think, even like that one, it's just someone highlighting the UFO going by. But anyways, link to that will be in the description. Let me go to this one here. Okay, yeah, this is a Bigfoot, another Bigfoot sighting. Let me see, what date was this taken? This is from 2014. Now, right here, this is a crouching Bigfoot. Let's see, let me start it right about here. Because this is when, this is when the guy just gets the camera ready. There, they see it. He settles the camera, and then watch it moves.
That is not a human.
Yeah, you see, did you hear the little girl, right? And let's watch that again. Let me go back a little. Did you hear the little girl? Even a little girl. Okay, that little girl doesn't have a lot of life experience, but even she can look at this and tell that that is not a human. Anyways, check out that video. Let me see. Let's go to this one here. Oh yeah, now this is it's a 14-minute video, so I'm not going to be able to play all of it, but I'm just going to let this guy explain how this cut here was done by a machine. And somehow the machine got offline, so that's why they stopped and went on. Because, again, this is pre-dynastic. Okay, this was, all the other stuff that was done wasn't done by these same people. Obviously, the older civilization was much more advanced than the civilizations that followed it. And here, one thing that let me see when he points out here in the beginning. Let me just show you something here.
They say it is, but look at them. That's brother and sister.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So now, what he's saying is like, on these figures here, or whatever this thing here is, there's text written, but the text that's written is scratched into this rock. Whereas the people that made this, they obviously had some kind of technology that was able to extract this or, sculpt this out of this stone. And then the civilizations that followed, they were only able to scratch their words into it. Let me go a little bit further.
She's chosen. Look at the hands. She's pushing him forward. This is pre-dynastic, showing the matriarch.
And you can tell actually the technology, if you come closer, you can see that is the original carving. The symbol, that's a hieroglyphic symbol, right? It's a high relief. It's very hard, by the way. You have to carve all around it. So this can be, obvious like that. But look down here. If you come closer, it's a scratch. And it's inside, exactly. So you can tell there's actually two different ages for that statue.
To amplify what he said, this is what Hakeem would teach. When you see raised relief or high relief, it's Old Kingdom or older. That's the original glyphs. When you see incised relief, much, much later, even going up to Ptolemaic time. So this is how we say you could not date a piece by the writing, but you can date the writing. The piece is much older than the writing.
Yeah, you hear what he's saying? That you can date the piece by the writing. But you can date the writing, but you can't date the piece by the writing. which means, that, someone came after this was made and put the writing in it. But yeah, so just because, one of the dynasties carved or scratched, like he said, they scratched words into this, it doesn't mean they made it. They just came along after it was built and scratched it and scratched, their, let's see, let me go to this one here where he talks about, see, he takes the people in the back. And yeah, watch how he explains how, this was obviously done by machine.
I'll do this more than once. So if you guys here, you guys come on in. This shows that they would cut the lid out of the same mother piece. This is going to be the lid on the front, okay? Same mother piece to keep the same vibratory signature because resonant sound is most important. Now you see the example of a smoking gun of advanced, as what Christian would call ancient advanced technology. Look at here, how they were cutting the lid, okay? Cutting through granite like it was butter. But if you can see the operator, male or female, lost control of the tool. And it went off to the side, and they stopped the work. Unlike the Romans who would come later, who would cut into pieces and use, Cometians never did, except in dynastic times, because it had to be perfect at first, or they just left it. Thank God they left it for us to find, because this is the evidence. But there's more here to the advanced theory. This is called impact ultrasonic machining, meaning that a tool that is vibrating at thousands of RPMs with a diamond tip, it puts out a sonic wave in front of the tool that softens the granite and makes it easier for the tool to follow. And you can come and you will all take pictures and see this yourself, because it actually made a line in the granite for the tool to follow. But if you follow the line to the back, you will see that they drew the line here and it's off center because it wasn't completed. So he's trying to follow the line, even they made mistakes. This is what's so important. And Yusuf would point this out often.
The unfinished books in the Egyptian Museum. Yeah. This is one of the examples of the saw cuts in granite.
Brian Foster too. We're using 360 senses, which I'll talk about, the highest consciousness we've ever been, to do this, but we're still human. We still made mistakes. They lost control of this tool, and they went off to the side and did the work.
You see, I love that explanation. He's saying, yes, even though these people were using highly advanced tools, they were still human, so they made a mistake. And again, and within this culture, because they expected everything to be perfect, if they made a mistake, they left it. They moved on. They went and found another rock to cut, because doing this kind of stuff was easy for them. The fact that there's so many of these stones that are cut like this, again, it tells me that it was easy for them to do. Otherwise, they wouldn't have done it so much. But anyways, check that video out, and let's see. Let me go to, this video here. I'm going to take a chance and just play this whole thing because, I'll play most of it because I think it's just so interesting. Watch how, watch this forming. And as I was saying, I used to look at these mountains and wonder, how did these mountains, look at that. Look at it just coming out like that. Well, now I'm watching how mountains are formed. And I think there's a thing called the principle of origination or something like that. Originality or something, some kind of principle of where the geological processes that we see occurring today must have been the same geological processes that were occurring 1 million years ago, 1 billion years ago, 5 billion years ago. The Earth is still going through the same geological processes. So if we see something happening today, we have to assume that, those same processes must have occurred at any other time on the planet. And, I understand, there's some of these Bible thumpers who want to say, ooh, the Earth is only 5,000 years old or 6,000. No, I'm sorry, the stuff like this, when you see stuff like this, it took a lot longer than 5,000 or 6,000 years for everything on the planet to get to, where it's gotten. Anyways, let's go on to this next article here. China extraterrestrial race used the pyramid of Zhangyang as a base. China extraterrestrial race used the pyramid of Zhangyang as a base. Original article by Alessandro Brizzi. China is at the center of legends, myths, and stories about extraterrestrial visitors, and many focus on Zhangyang Pyramid. I'm positive I'm not saying that correctly. But anyways, local villagers claim that their ancestors spoke of large ships of an extraterrestrial race that skied the skies and used the pyramids as a landing and refueling site. The hypothesis on extraterrestrials is understandable and deserves to be studied, but scientific means must be used to verify whether it is true or not. The scientific exploration group that is investigating local and even archaeological populations agree that all indications show that the extraterrestrials used the gigantic pyramid structures as one of their main bases on Earth. Now, I could definitely believe that. Let me see if I can find this photo here real quick. Now, here is a photo of Teotihuacan. Right, and this is the pyramids of Mexico. You see how they have these flat tops and then the stairs? I mean, wouldn't it make sense that if they were flying saucers that could defy gravity, that the flying saucers would come and land on these tops, and then the occupants of the flying saucers would come walking down these stairs? Or if they're getting ready to take off, here's a flying saucer sitting on top of this flat pyramid. Right, they come up, they get into their pyramids, and they take off. I mean, like, why else would these pyramids be flat, right, with stairs? And again, we've seen UFOs flying in formation, so we know that they do travel in groups. And then there's that one, the gimbal video where the guy talks about there's a whole squadron of those Tic Tacs. So we know that they travel in groups. But anyways, that is going to be it for this video. If you like things like this, please give this video a thumbs up. Please share this video. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'll have more things like this. Take care.